If you persist, it will unlock all the next stages of movement. And keep watching till the end to see exactly what kind of bridge of events can unfold for you. Hey guys, welcome back and hello to any new viewers. I'm Alexa, I'm a manifestation coach, content creator, and of course this is a video all about your specific person and reassuring you guys and helping you guys gain more confidence and understanding of why your affirmations are actually already working. To help you gain reassurance, as I said, and just feel better about the manifesting journey, because I know it's so easy to get caught up and feel panicked about, is it working? Why is it not showing up? So today's video is highlighting all the different key areas broken down into sections, as I always do for my videos, so you guys can really understand what's going on with your affirmations and how they actually are working. So yeah, do keep watching if you want to hear all about that and you want to gain advice on that. Everything will be on screen now, so you can pause, click the description box if you're interested in getting some one-to-one support and coaching work with me. I have digital products as well, but yeah, take a look, and now let's start the video. Movement is always happening for you, so you have the ability to manifest. It's not a special skill. I think I said this in my last video. It's not a magic skill that you just build up, or some people have it, some people don't. Although technically every talent is a skill that you can work on. But the point is, with manifesting, movement is always happening for you. If you're putting in effort, if you're applying the manifesting techniques and methods, whatever works for you, then, obviously it needs to be applied consciously and repetitively to work the most effectively, because it is just your thoughts. But whatever technique that you are applying and putting effort into, it is creating a result. The movement is being built up with that effort. And it is okay to, despite all of that effort, still have a little bit of doubt, a little bit of opposing thoughts, or wonder, and not fully believe if it's going to fully show up, if you're going to get your full manifestation. You're not meant to be at a point of just suddenly, without any logical, psychological reason to say, oh, I just woke up and fully believe my manifestation. It's always possible. You might just suddenly have this moment of everything clicking and shifting and decide, okay, I actually really believe in my manifestation. This makes sense to me. This feels realistic. But usually that's built up. So it's okay if you're still at a point where you don't fully believe it. It doesn't seem like, I have a 100% success rate with manifesting. It's so easy and quick. And, SP's conforming right now. SP and I have the best relationship and it's going to show up this afternoon. It's okay to not think or believe that right now. Chances are you probably won't believe that even when your manifestation fully comes in, but that belief will get built up. You will feel more confident, more trusting, have more understanding and a sense of reassurance and security in how you manifest, and trusting that it is coming together. But it is okay to not fully be there yet, but to understand still, okay, might not be perfect, I don't have full belief, it still doesn't feel totally realistic, but I know I can manifest. I know I have this ability. I know it's just my thoughts, it's just repetition, it's just teaching myself what I want to believe as if it's already true, and that's the reality that will start to take shape and take form. So as soon as you persist, as soon as you continue with persistence and consistency, meaning to persist in this idea, in this end result, that you continue convincing yourself, speaking and thinking to yourself as if that is your reality right now. That is what persistence is, to continue building up and maintaining this belief and applying the mental effort that is required to convince your own mind with consistency every day that you have this end result, you have this relationship with SP, things are in a good place, you're on track, you have good communication, whatever may have happened in the past, it's long gone. Now the reality that you believe in and your assumptions about your connection, they're all positive. And once you maintain that and apply persistence with that, meaning you don't just stop or get sidetracked or, spiral because the 3D isn't showing you exactly what you want to see, movement will continue and it builds up and builds up. So you have the ability to create all of this end result, bring it into your reality with your focus. It's already been created, you're not bringing it out of thin air, or it's not a magic spell. It's something that can be yours, but you are bringing it into your reality by deciding, this is my life, my reality, and I'm the one living it. And with my thoughts, I'm going to decide and focus on this relationship with SP. But honestly, it is okay if you're still at a point of wavering. It's a little bit of hot and cold. You will come out of that. Like I said, with persistence, all of the issues will become resolved over time. But if you do feel that you're still kind of struggling with your SP relationship and that's an issue that you're currently dealing with, then I actually think one of my coaching packages might be the right option for you. Maybe not everyone wants or needs coaching, and that's fine. But if you do, I would love to work with you. You currently have availability to take on some new clients. So just wanted to pop that in there because I wanted to reassure you that it is okay if you're not yet at a really positive mindset. When you shift your internal identity and your internal focus into being the version of you who is chosen, who is loved, who is desired, wanted, prioritized, even if it's just, maybe a date or communication with SP, it doesn't have to be a full relationship of, being in love and having that commitment right now. You can build into that. Maybe you're really young or you're not 100% sure, that's fine. I know everyone's on a slightly different point, but the point is, focusing on being chosen, being secure, being confident, happy, feeling like the prize because you're desirable, but your SP has actually chosen you. You focus specifically on, well, SP has also been, this specific person to choose me, to help me to feel secure and confident and help me see just how high my value is because I'm chosen by them. So when you focus on that and those kind of thoughts come about as you persist, as you have the good inner conversations, there's no one specific magical affirmation that will fix that or bring that in the fastest. It's a compilation and a kind of holistic view of you focusing on the self-concept that ties into being in this relationship. Like I said, the idea of being chosen, secure, insert any other adjectives that you connect to that you think you would feel and engage with and that come to mind. Again, don't be too rigid. Have fun with it. See what comes to mind as you think about this, as you do a verbal rampage, an inner conversation, a visualization. What are those feelings and emotional and mental states that you would engage with? Because it wouldn't be doubt. It wouldn't be, self-doubt as well, especially. It wouldn't be wondering, will this work? What if they don't want to be with me? What if they aren't ready for a relationship? It's no, I'm worthy of this. I can have it. This is what's realistic in my reality with SP. SP is ready. SP is emotionally available and able to have this amazing relationship. So as your identity becomes that and you shift into that, thinking that way, thinking thoughts that align with being in this relationship, your SP's actions will reflect that. So affirmations are the most powerful tool because it's the easiest, quickest, simplest way. It doesn't take a lot of skill or even a lot of attention span to loop your affirmations. It's very easy to do throughout the day. And then what you're building into is your SP's actions starting to reflect that. Instead of putting in, huge amounts of effort into all sorts of different methods, which you can do if you have the time and you feel motivated to do that, you can test out 15 different types of manifestation methods. Go for it. But I'm saying you don't have to force yourself or think there has to be this huge amount of effort to achieve it. What is actually psychologically the most powerful tool and mindset is certainty, building up to certainty, which is done through repetition, and you will start to believe it more and feel it more as you're looping your affirmations. So as you create more certainty in your own mind about this relationship, about being able to manifest it, that is what psychologically is way more persuasive to your subconscious mind to convince it this is my reality, rather than thinking, okay, I have to sit here for 6 hours and yes, technically if you focus your thoughts that much you are saturating the subconscious, but thinking I have to put in huge amounts of effort rather than just saying something with certainty, with clarity, with dominance and a state of assertiveness. If you just say SP and I are together. This relationship is perfect. I've decided that's how things are going to build up. That's what's coming into my reality and there is no other choice, period. That kind of thing with persistence over time is way more powerful to your subconscious and psychologically. And when it comes to your SP's behavior, another little point that I wanted to touch on regarding self-concept and specifically tying into dating, relationships, anything that would help you feel more secure and happy and kind of level-headed about this SP relationship, whatever that might be. Everyone might be having different types of doubts or thoughts. When you do have that solid self-concept that ties into this, like I said, idea of being chosen or secure, anything of that nature, I don't literally mean, all different types of self-concept work and that's the key to manifesting your SP, but something that maybe is lacking right now or that's causing a bit of doubt for you, where you can feel more confident and self-assured. Any of those types of self-concept affirmations is going to literally help you not spiral and not waver, because your subconscious mind is going to actually interpret the way your SP is behaving, speaking to you, acting, all of that, even if you just see it like on social media or from a kind of more objective, far away point right now. All of that is, and that your perspective on them is going to shift. Your subconscious is going to interpret everything differently because you literally are starting from this solid point of not wavering, of feeling good, feeling confident, knowing your worth, knowing what you can have, that you have the manifesting ability. So all of that wavering or panic that may come up, it's going to diminish over time. And as you do that, less wavering means less wavering from your SP. Whatever's reflected from them, the hot and cold, that diminishes as well. But the hard part is obviously looking at your 3D and not seeing it reflected, not seeing the, fruits of your labor being reflected yet. And that is, the part that you need to really push through and not get caught up in, not let logical thoughts push back on. Have to remember and keep in mind that if you're putting in the effort, if you're conforming, if you're putting in this focus and starting to change the way you think and feel, you're starting to notice that come in, then so is your SP. And I don't mean your SP suddenly thinks about manifesting or is, thinking the exact same way as you. I mean, they're conforming and shifting in the way that needs to come about for you to get your manifestation. So natural conforming shifting process for them, and they are going to respond directly to all of that efforts that is being built up. But it doesn't mean they suddenly wake up the next day and immediately text you or show up at your door or ask you out. It is built up, but remind yourself, if you're not seeing it reflected yet, your SP is responding to that because you are responding to your affirmations. As you build up this trust in yourself, confidence in yourself, in the manifesting process, feeling that confidence, building on that, prioritizing yourself, treating yourself well, making sure you're taking care of your mind, your body, you're just going about your life, you're working on your mindset, talking to yourself as the version already in this end result. All of that with those affirmations, because yes, all those types of thoughts do count as affirmations. In addition to the actual repetition, maybe you say 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there of looping my affirmations, doing 1,000 a day, whatever it is that you're working on with, looping your affirmations, adding into already being confident, thinking confidently, thinking like, yes, I'm so positive about this manifestation. That is where the power gets really built up. All of the movement is propelled forward. And when that internal state feels complete and you're at this really, positive point, you've built up the saturation and repetition and it feels almost automatic, that is when you won't need to rely on your 3D for validation. And that therefore is how your SP communication and, the rest of the unfolding of your manifestation really comes in. So remember that you can rewire your brain over a period of like 21 days. And it really only takes that 3 weeks for your mind to learn this new habit. It becomes like an automated pattern and habit and automated reaction in your mind. When you see something negative, your mind will very likely jump into an affirmation, a positive way of thinking from the manifestation mindset. So keep going and remind yourself, if it hasn't yet been 21 days, if you persist, you will start to really shift things around internally, and that reflects externally. We definitely won't be panicking. So that's one way to know. Like I said, the wavering and spiraling will diminish and you will have this inner sense of peace and calm. You'll just feel a lot better. You'll probably wake up feeling better. Maybe if you wake up with negative thoughts about this manifestation, this relationship, those will diminish as well. Your affirmations will also start to feel a lot more like automated, like second nature, where it just comes up automatically, literally. So your affirmations, they'll probably start looping in your mind. You'll find, okay, it's midday. That's when I usually affirm. You'll almost be on autopilot where you realize I'm in this really productive routine, this positive cycle where the day just is a lot easier. I don't have to force myself to manifest and loop these affirmations. It goes without saying, of course, that your own thoughts and feelings will be the sign of conforming. They will be the first thing to shift around, and you'll probably find it might get reflected subconsciously as you're sleeping, dreams, but also visuals throughout the day, daydreams, little things like that, and any types of thoughts and mental focus, whether it's, awake or unconscious, you will find that those start to come up. That is a sign of saturation. And if you continue not wavering, your SP will be led to take natural action. So keep reminding yourself of that. The main thing to remember is that your specific person is responding to who you're being, your internal identity. Are you single? Are you struggling? Do you have bad dating experiences? Do you feel unworthy? All these different types of thoughts that may come up, or even past negative circumstances. When you start to let go of that, you forget it naturally as a result of your persistence. You don't let yourself sit in that. You push back with a mental diet, looping affirmations. When you really focus on that new identity of who you are and being in this relationship, that's who your SP responds to, and that's who they will continue responding to more and more strongly. So it's not about convincing your SP or trying to focus on what they're doing, what they're thinking, trying to control or change their actions. They need your consistency. Your mind needs your consistency. That's the main thing. You being consistent and persisting with this manifestation. And for me, my personal approach would be to also include prayer. That's just my personal beliefs, because I feel like it's the most powerful additional tool alongside manifesting, to have faith in God and pray, have support in having the best right relationship, the best possible relationship you can have, everything working out in your favor. And yeah, that's how I like to apply my manifesting methods as well, tying it in with my faith. But I'm going to leave this video here. I think I gave you guys tons of advice and points to consider. If you found it useful, then please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.